Welcome back to Studentonomics TV. Have you ever thought about moving across the world? Have you ever wanted to chase a crazy dream? Are you tired of being held back? We got good news for you. Today, my buddy Cadman Turner has replaced the nerd, Trevor. Welcome, Cadman.
Hi, thanks for having me.
This is not a microphone, first of all. So, Cadman Turner, why are you here?
I moved across the world to work hard.
That is so boring. I did not bring you on here to tell me you work hard. All our social media is filled with people talking about how they work hard and wake up at 5 in the morning. So everyone watching this right now has probably at one point in their life thought about, I want to quit my job, move across the world, and wrestle in my underwear in front of people. Well, minus the last part.
Right.
So what's your story? What did you do?
I literally did that. I quit my job and I moved across the other side of the world and wrestled in my underwear.
Wow.
Yeah.
So where'd you come from?
I come from a smaller town in Australia. It's called Bendigo, Victoria.
It's close to Melbourne.
Yeah,
I've been to Melbourne.
It's 2 hours north of Melbourne. And then, do you want me to tell how I started?
Us. Yes. Well, what brings you here to Toronto? You're in the lower penthouse.
So, I always was a wrestling fan.
Yes. That's your first problem.
Yeah, that is like wrestling is probably the worst thing I ever got involved in. Like it's terrible, but it's so good at the same time. So I was always a wrestling fan. I met a guy named Orlando Jordan. He was in the WWE in a random field, like not even in Bendigo, in a smaller town. I met Orlando, and he said I've started a school. He moved to Melbourne. He started a school, and then I was fat. Out of shape. I was 21.
You're saying was?
I was.
Okay.
No, I'm now in shape. And I'm not fat.
And I'm 21.
And I'm not 21. Yeah. So, anyway, so I did that. And I eventually did it. It was a lot of back and forth. I didn't want to do it because
it's scary.
The ring was 2.5 hours away from work.
Oh, that
from my home.
Training is scary.
Yeah. So then I would actually have to work 8 hours. I'm one of the rare wrestlers that actually has a job.
Wow, that's weird. That's weird already. I don't believe you.
Yeah, used to have a job, but now wrestling's my full-time job.
Oh, that's good to hear.
But I would work 8 hours, and then I would get in my car and I would drive 2.5 hours to the city.
Wow.
And then I would train for
that's a lot of work.
2 hours, 3 hours, and then I would get home at 3 in the morning. And then I'd go to work the next day for 7:30, I think it used to start.
That's crazy.
And then I do that. So like for the first 6 months, I literally didn't sleep.
That's crazy. That's not good. Sleep is good for you.
Yeah,
I used to love sleeping. So tell me this: so you train to be a wrestler. You're fat. You said you were fat. You got less fat.
Yeah.
You got older.
Yeah.
At what point do you think it's a good idea to give up on everything and go to Canada? Because a lot of people watching, they want to go to Australia. For a lot of people, the roles are reversed. They want to quit their job and go do something cool in Australia.
Yeah. First of all, if you want to do that, you just have to do it. It's like there's no point. There's no point. Are you allowed to swear here?
Do whatever you want. I don't give a shit.
There's no point fucking around.
Yeah.
It's like time is limited. Like most people only have till like the age of 30.
Yeah, after 30 you're done.
Well, yeah, no, I'm not saying you're done. Like you're doing. But it's like,
I'm on my prime.
Just start something.
Yeah, of course.
So just start something. Like 30 years old.
Do something crazy. You should do it the better.
Yeah, because I have no responsibility.
That's true. I tell my friends, if you have no responsibilities, if you have just like maybe a girlfriend or not even a pet, not even like a mortgage.
You can even leave your girlfriend. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you didn't do that though.
No, she came.
You have a beautiful girlfriend, so it'd be a shame to leave her.
So I wrestled for 3-4 years in Australia.
Yeah.
Then I had my first tryout with the WWE.
Then you got signed or no?
Unfortunately, no.
No, I should have known.
The saga continues. But I had my first tryout with WWE, and up until that point, I'd always just like messed around. It was like wrestling.
It's a hobby.
Yeah, wrestling.
It's like for a side hustle. A side hustle is like usually a hobby. You know, like it's fun to share quotes and blah blah blah.
Right.
But really, it's a hobby. Instead of playing video games, you're wrestling or you're running a blog.
Yeah,
or whatever.
That's right. So it's like. So 3 years in, I got my first tryout, and at that point, I'm like, maybe I should take it. Like, always in the back of my mind, it was like, wow, it would be cool if.
It would be cool if, yeah.
Yeah. It would be
How many times have you said that? It would be cool if.
Yeah.
Why not remove that if?
Right.
It
So
would be cool.
that was always my goal. Like, could you imagine like going to the WWE? Like, that'd be amazing, right? So and go back again. Like, my only goal in wrestling ever, my only goal was to touch a ring.
Wow.
Put my hand on it. Like, just to touch it. So then the first night I met Orlando was I touched a ring and like my mind was blown because I'm like, I've achieved everything I've ever dreamed of.
You can say this about anything. You can say this about guitar, piano, like laptop coding, painting, roofing, whatever you do, right? You can say that about anything.
Yeah, like, everyone has a goal. Everyone has some sort of goal.
It's all fun and games until you actually try it. Then when you try it, you're like, wow, this is a thing. This is tangible.
Real. Yeah, it's actually real. So like my first... So also, the first time I met Orlando was my first wrestling show I ever went to.
Really?
Yeah, so I've never been to a wrestling show.
I
went to WWE.
Because in Australia, it's very tough to...
So I went to a WWE show.
Far away.
Yeah, I went to a few WWE shows, but it's like, I'm sitting in the 500s, you know what I mean? So it's so far away. So my only goal was to ever touch a ring, and then the first night I ever met Orlando, I touched a ring, and my entire goal and everything has been blown out of the water already. So then anyway, the goalpost should always be moving. Yeah.
The finish line's always moving back or forwards or...
So 3 years later, I got to try it. So my goals had obviously evolved from the 3 year point.
You got to try out, didn't go well, then you're like, I'm going to Canada?
Not exactly like that, but it was, my girlfriend and I, my beautiful girlfriend.
Chelsea, yeah.
Chelsea, yeah. She couldn't be here for the
She's written many articles for Studenomics, yeah.
Yeah. She had a prior booking.
Yeah, that's okay, so go on.
But we were always like, we should do something else.
Yeah. Because, you're in a small town, and anyone watching knows, like, is this it? You're going to work some job at the factory or the bank or insert generic place.
Yeah. That was my life too. It was like I'd wrestle on the weekends.
Yeah.
But then I would also work like a dead-end job because I wanted to travel.
Yeah, that's tough, right?
Vietnam, Thailand, whatever, like it was all close to Australia. So we're like, let's move somewhere. Wow. And I previously, when I was younger, my family and I lived in Malaysia.
Yeah.
Something just totally irrelevant. So my parents, Chelsea, we all talked about like maybe we should go to like Malaysia, maybe.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, nah. And then I wanted to wrestle, so I'm like, maybe we should go to Japan. Chelsea was worried. Chelsea was too scared because of the language barrier and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a big barrier. Yeah, she gets a bit nervous. She gets a bit nervous about that stuff. But then we were like, why don't we go to Canada?
Yeah.
Because...
You speak Canadian.
Yes, I speak Canadian. 2, I can wrestle.
Yeah.
And 3, it'd be cool. It's like, we don't know anyone here, so
Which is scary for anyone watching. They're like, wow, I don't know anybody. Most of us, we won't go to a party if we don't know anybody. You went to a country without knowing a single soul.
A continent. Like
across the world. I've done that flight. It's a long flight.
Yeah, so this was about the 4-year mark of wrestling.
Yeah.
So we're like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's just do it. So then we originally were going to live in Vancouver.
Yeah.
So when we were in back home.
Because if you're in Australia, you don't know what Canada is. Like if you're like, it's tough to know what like Vancouver, Toronto. You hear about it, but you don't know where it is or the location.
Right. So when we were back home, we bought like Vancouver Canucks jerseys and stuff.
Wow.
We're diehard Canucks fans and stuff. But then then when I was in Melbourne, I met Santino Marella.
Yeah. He's a fan of the show.
Yeah, he watches every week.
I hope so.
Yeah.
He has good taste.
Yeah. So then met Santino at a show in Australia, and he said, "Hey, I've got a gym in Mississauga, Ontario, which is about 15-20 minutes from here."
Yeah, it's close to Toronto.
Studenomics.
No need to give my location out.
No, Studenomics HQ.
No need to give your location out.
HQ. So
you meet a guy at a wrestling show.
Yeah.
That you've seen on TV, and this guy says, "Oh, come to Mississauga."
Yep.
And you're like, "Yeah, I'll be there."
How we did it? So we were talking. It was like, "Where do we live?" And we're like, "Oh, I don't know. We'll just Google rentals in Toronto." So Toronto's a small place. So literally, I would Google a rental, and then I would Google the address of Battleass.
Yes, I've done that many times.
See how far away it would be. It's like, it's like an hour and a half.
It's
so we can't live there.
And the transit kind of sucks here.
Yeah. So if it was so because I was used to going 2.5 hours to a wrestling ring. If it was an hour or under, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I'd love it. So eventually, we had no idea. So we moved here. We finally moved here. We got to Toronto. We traveled around for a month in BC and Banff and whatever. And then we got to Toronto. and we had 2 weeks booked in a hostel downtown.
Wow.
Right?
Because you need a hostel first. You don't want to commit to an apartment until.
Yeah, but we'll find an apartment.
I read this in the 4-hour work week. Actually, you should always try to like explore first before you commit. Because you don't want to get to an area and be like, this area sucks.
Yeah. So we were here and we're like, we have 2 weeks. Within that 2 weeks, we thought it's gonna be so easy because we're from a small town.
Yeah.
So it's so easy, and we're gonna find a place to live. And then 2 weeks in, our accommodation's up. We still don't have a place to live.
Wow.
So now it's peak in summer.
Yeah, summer's a tough time.
And we have nowhere to live.
Yeah.
So the 2 weeks is up. So now we started like trying to bounce around from hostel to hostel. And also, we have our entire life in a backpack.
That's amazing.
So I've got my wrestling gear hanging out the back.
Wow.
I've got my boots like strapped to the back and
It's
stuff.
like the wrestler, yeah.
Yeah. So we figured that out. So then we have this place. I'll never forget the real estate agent's name, William. We hate William.
Really, we were watching. We hate you.
Yeah, we hate you.
Damn.
He guaranteed we saw a place. He's like, yeah, you can move in Tuesday. This was the Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
Tuesday rolls around. William's kayfabing. In normal term, kayfabe means it doesn't mean anything. So William's just not answering the calls. He's doing nothing. Kayfabing is hard. So then, eventually, like the next day, William's like, I actually messed up. Like, you guys don't get the place.
Wow.
So, fuck.
This is what happens when you move across the world.
Yeah. So then the hostel we're in, they ended up being like friendly with us, and they're like, look, we understand what's going on.
Yeah.
We'll make sure we give you a room every night. But the catch was, we got a room every night. It was 6 floors. There's no elevator, and every night we're in a different room.
Oh my gosh.
So I'd have to get up and go to work at 6, and then poor old Chelsea would have to like lug down 80 pounds.
No wonder she's so fit.
Yeah, she would have to lug 80 pounds down to the storage locker.
Oh my gosh.
Every day.
That's terrible.
While they changed the rooms up, and then that night I'd get back from work. I would have to get the 80 pounds.
Wow.
And I'd have to like lug it back up the stairs. So every night it was a different room. It was so bad. Then we found a basement apartment in the east end of the city.
I remember, yeah.
And we didn't know. Like we have to take this.
Yeah.
Because we cannot keep living this way. Because it was brutal. It's like we have no idea. We have no routine. We don't know anything. So then we found the first place. It said they'll take us. We're in.
That's perfect. So now, just for those watching, you've had 2 more trials since then.
Yeah.
You and I got to be extras for WWE for SummerSlam weekend. You are on Monday Night Raw, and you're on NXT. And now the journey continues. Stay tuned. We'll follow up with Cadman in a few months. For those watching, don't be afraid. You can change your life right now. If your life sucks, you can easily move across the world, start fresh, do whatever you want to do. Subscribe, like, comment, tag a friend.